Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.
This is Joe Pugh for IFLTV. Delighted to be joined over Zoom by Charlie Edwards on not just a massive day for British boxing, but a massive day for yourself, Charlie. I'm sure you're absolutely buzzing to get this one over the line against Thomas Essomba.
Yeah, it's a dream come true, you know. I've been dreaming about this. I've been praying for this. All them dark times that I've had to go through, all them asking the God, why is this happening to me? What's going on? And not understanding it has pushed me and developed me as a human being and my character. I've grown a lot. Yeah, I'm now here. And every night I've been praying for a big fight, for someone that the fans and the British public can get involved in, something I can really get up for. And yeah, it's what I've wanted for a very long time. So it's happy days for me. And I think a good fight, what we're involved in now, like everyone, I've got a good response straight away. Everyone's saying like, oh, that's a great fight. But it gets even better now because my brother, my dear lover of a brother, has decided to be called Sonny Essomba for this fight. And he's jumped straight in the Essomba corner straight away. But listen, it's boxing, it's the family business. Blood is thicker than water, don't forget. And this is the fight I've always wanted. So I've got to be grateful, and I've got to be really thankful for Lee and my brother Sonny Edwards for getting this fight across the line, because it's put me back in big time boxing, you know, headlining on Channel 5 for the European title. Once I pick up this title and send Thomas to orbit with a big performance, the world's my oyster, you know. So I'm fully focused, fully locked in for this fight on the 27th of September. And I can't wait to show everyone and showcase what I'm about. Off the back of my last performance, I picked that fighter, PUGH, because I was gunning for Thomas. And I wanted Thomas. I wanted Thomas in that fight, to be honest with you. And I don't call it a comeback card, but it just didn't happen that way. Because of the TV and stuff like that. And then we were supposed to push in straight away to July to fight Thomas, and then the Euros, obviously, so TV couldn't do the Euros. So it's ended up in September. But for me, that's great. I've been preparing for way before the last fight, when I got announced to fight Jorge for Thomas Essomba, because that's who we was aiming for. So I've been preparing for a very long time for this. So it's like music to my ears, and it feels like a very, very good day, and I feel very blessed that this has finally come off. And it's also another big step in my management career, because my first fight, the WBC international title, now an EBU title in 2 fights. So it's been good. I'm a happy man today.
Before we talk about Thomas and your brother, when it comes to the leap you took by managing yourself, siding with Wasserman, because let's have it right, you felt like there was a lot of unfulfilled promises, there was a lot of frustration. How much of a sense of satisfaction does that get you, that now you've got your own career in your own hands, you are making those big fights happen for yourself?
Yeah, for real. I feel like I feel, in my own honest, humbling opinion, that I've been blocked out. You can ask questions why, but I think that will materialize, especially once I win that EBU title and I take out Thomas. So that's for a later date. I don't really want to get too much into that, but yeah, I'm just happy. I'm happy that I finally got pushed to make this journey. And like I say, like, I do believe we've all got destiny in this life. I do believe it's God's plan. And I do believe what I had to go through, and that has pushed me into managing myself and made me learn valuable lessons, and make me understand the boxing game more, and make me work on myself and develop a person and a character, and spend loving time with my family. So it's made me a very stronger person today. And I believe I've been held back maybe for the good of me in a weird sort of way. And now it's time to step and walk the path that my destiny is, and that's this fight, big fight, live on Channel 5 with Wasserman, against a great fighter in Thomas Essomba. Records are really for DJs. Anyone who knows boxing knows he's a serious fighter. He's a two-time Olympian, and he's been an away fighter his whole career. And he's also upset the apple cart along the way and been very unlucky in a lot of decisions. So he's a proper European level fighter. He's cemented that when he won the title, and then he defended the title, albeit his last one was a close one and could have gone either way. It's a good fight, which has turned into a great fight, all thanks to my brother, Sonny Edwards, who's jumping in his corner and choosing to side with Thomas over his flesh and blood. But it is what it is. It is the business of boxing, and it will be fun. The build-up will be fun, but it will make me leave no stone unturned. I'm more focused than I've ever been more obsessed with this sport of boxing than I've ever been, and enjoying it more and learning more and more and more under the guidance of Swifty Stephen Smith.
When you look at what the European title does for a fighter, inserts you in the top 10 of probably all 4 governing bodies, and puts you onto that route as a world champion once again, how important is that for you to make sure you're staying on that road? Because we do know you've been so open about you want to fight for that world title, you want to be world champion again.
I like Muhammad Ali said, I'm the greatest before everyone knew I was. Do you know what I mean? And that is the word of truth. I class myself as an elite world champion now. You know, like that's how I see myself. That's when I look in the mirror. That's who I am. That's how I know it. The reality is I've got to walk the path to get there. You know, so obviously that's the visions and that's the dreams and the goals. But I'm not a fool. I'm not going to be this guy that like we've seen many times where they look past an opponent and just thinking about who's next, what's next. Like my full focus is on Thomas Essomba. I respect myself that much that I wouldn't look past Thomas, because I know what a dangerous threat he is, and I know when I prepare for a dangerous threat, it lifts my performance to a whole nother level. And this fight is going to bring the best of Charlie Edwards out. I can feel it. I know it. I'm seeing things. I'm visioning things. I'm going over watching certain tapes of his and seeing where I can expose him and set traps and walk him down and hurt him. So I'm really looking forward to this fight. So I wouldn't look past this fight. Obviously, the vision and goals is always to become a multi-weight world champion. I ain't afraid in saying that, because I do believe one day that will happen. But right now, my full focus is on the 27th.
I spoke to your brother last week about this fight, and he said, look, business is business. He will be Team Essomba, like you said. When this fight got proposed to you, did you think Sonny would side with Thomas?
This fight never got proposed to me. I've
Okay.
run to the fire. So it's one of them things. It's a fight I've wanted. And like you said, it's business. It's family business. And he's delivered me his fighter on a platter. He can be Team Essomba all he wants, but it's not going to change nothing that happens in that ring on that night. You know, and maybe after, when I got the title, I might say, son, do you want to come up, get a picture, you know? It could be a night to remember. Do you know what I mean? In the build-up, he is Team Essomba, but that's just how it is. And like I said, I'm grateful and I'm thankful, because like when I done that call-out video, the laughing, joking one that took very serious and then escalated from there, it made Sonny's announcement so much bigger, because everyone was boom, and it put him in a very good light. So he's repaying me the favor and making this fight a big fight to get me back to where I am. So I'm grateful for him. Also grateful for Lee, and I've worked with him many times throughout the years. I think I posted a picture on on Twitter just now, where I won the WBC title, and he's walking back to the changing room with me. And I'm just grateful that they're delivering me their fighter, you know.
Have you actually spoke to your brother about it, this fight?
Where we spoke about it, we've had to. I manage myself, he manages Thomas, you know. I've got a lot of love for my brother. I know my brother's got a lot of love for me as well, you know. Like, we're in a good place. Like, we get it. We get this game inside and out. We've been around it for many of years, and we know how to build a big fight. And yeah, I mean, there's no love lost between us two. We understand it's business. I don't know how the build-up's going to go. I'll be real with you. I don't know what kind of like advantages they think they're going to get from having Sonny a part of the team or not. But again, I'm not really phased or really bothered because it's not going to change anything. I know who I am. I know how I'm performing. I know how I'm performing. And I'm with a new team. I'm a different fighter. And come 27th of September, it's nothing's going to happen and nothing's going to change. And if the team feels like they need Sonny to kind of do a certain thing to try and push my buttons and that, it's not going to work. And that just for me screams some sort of insecurity within their camp. So yeah, it is what it is. I'm focused. I'm ready. I'm looking forward to doing this job and to have loads of eyes on this fight.
Another camp in the bag with Stephen. Do you feel like the progression is being made that wasn't there with previous trainers?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Me and Stephen's got a very unique friendship and coach and boxer relationship. We are talking all the time. Never had that before with a coach. We discuss things. We're always like, our brains kind of intersync and always that kind of like 1% better, how we can improve, like what things to work on. He like, even when I'm here in Portugal, where like at the moment he's not over here, but he will come and join me when we start camp. Currently I'm just switching off a little bit before the big camp kind of mode, because I thought I was fighting July. I've been training after 2 weeks off from my last fight. I've been back in working on Thomas, all the tactics and that. So now it's time just to ease off a little bit for me. I'm too far ahead of schedule, but we're completely conversating back and forward. He's watching Thomas's fights. I'm watching Thomas's fights. We're meeting in the middle, discussing things that can work, and we're on the same page and on the same page. And I've also jumped back to Liverpool and done some work behind the scenes. And I've carried on what he's been putting into me when I've come back here to Portugal. So the relationship we have is like, I don't know, it's like a very high IQ boxing kind of conversation, and we kind of just like bounce off each other. We're both riddled with ADHD, so we're just so obsessed with getting me back to where I belong, you know. And he's got the belief and the trust and the faith in me, and I also do have that in him. So it's definitely up to my game and changed me as a fighter, and he's made me more confident. Do you know what I mean? Like he's been a real blessing, a guardian angel to me, and I got to just thank the man upstairs for connecting me with this guy. And yeah, you'll see this fight a lot of improvements. And don't forget my last fight. I went into that fight with a cut as well, and I still boxed the way I did. This fight is going to be special.
Excellent, Charlie. Thank you very much for being to IFLTV. Is there anything else you'd like to mention before we finish?
I just want to say a massive thank you to all the fans out there who continue to support me. I don't really like to say fans as such, but all the people out there who message me on the daily, asking me when my next fight is, continuing to believe in me and wishing me well through all these times that I've been inactive. But the Charlie Edwards train is leaving the station, and it's time to make Charlie Edwards great again. And that's another step on that journey comes on the 27th of September. So I hope to see you all there. I hope we can all get after. I'll be going around when I've got that belt over my shoulder, getting pictures of everyone and meeting all the people who come out to support me. So I'm really grateful for everything. But yeah, make sure you tune in. It's going to be an exciting build up. I'm sure my brother's going to play his part. We all know he loves a bit of back and forward to build a fight up. So it's going to be good. And on 27th of September, Charlie Edwards is going to lift that European title in style. And I believe I can knock Thomas Essomba out.
Charlie, best of luck with camp, and I will see you fight week. Thank you very much, mate. Cheers.
Thank you. Top man.
Wall Street Memes Casino
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.